Murder's got a man at home. He cheating on me. He cheating on me. He's waiting on me. The way Lil Murder came in and stole my red bone, because I thought I had a man for a second. I thought I had a man real quick. Little Murder swooped in, scooped up, and stole my knicker. Like, really? I thought he was cool. I was rooting for you. We was all rooting for you, Little Murder. Shit, you ruthless. You're ruthless. Welcome to the dissection. I'm your host, Jess Latasha, here on a Monday night. And if you are here live in the chat room, joining the live show, that means you are a patron. Thank you so much for your time, energy, your black ass energy. Hello? POC energy. All right? Thank you for being here. Patreon.com/JustLatasha to access the live show for just $5 starting. And before we go any further, if you are a patron of a higher tier, you are going to get this Wednesday, the first cut draft of the trailer to my new sketch comedy series, Just Latasha's Interactions, which I produced, wrote, and am starring in. The girl is multi-tier talented. Hello. I'm so excited. Definitely want to get that out to the public this summer. New things on the horizon. Big things are going. Me real good. Me real excited. And me definitely a Yankee. You can tell. Thank you for being here. I'm also Just Latasha on Instagram, Just Latasha404 on Twitter. I'm excited to get into this dissection today, y'all. Big things happen. I want to see who we have got in the room. Let's see what's going on here. Period. First comment. Come on, Jordan. Hello. Yes, we put hearts up in the chat. This is a love room. We love, accept, and bring on everybody in here. We bring on everybody in here. That's just T. Christine and oldie but goodie and OG. What's up, Christine? How you doing? Siege, another OG. What up, CJ? Mara, another OG. What up, love? Trinity boy, what's up? Another OG. I see y'all in here. We're doing it. Yeah, Christine, we ain't seen your ass in a minute, but you here, and that's all that matters. As long as y'all are safe, happy, healthy, and black. Hello. My only concern: are you well? Are we doing well in these days? It's a priority. Definitely a priority. I'm so excited. We have so much to discuss tonight, so much to do, so much to talk about. Definitely excited to hear you guys' theories, thoughts, opinions, reviews as well. You guys know I'm in the chat just like you. And without further ado, we are going to dive right into tonight's dissection. Yeah. Where do I want to start? Of course, we got to start with the color theory because the dissection includes actual film usage knowledge. I'm a screenwriter, entertainer, things of the such and like and thereas, and I wanna bring my film knowledge into what we had seen. That is a dissection. We're using our directorial eye, cinematography, color theory, wardrobe blocking, all that stuff to expand the story that we had seen already. Not your average review. So let's start with the color theory of, I must say, Pink Valley. I guess it's all the same, huh? P Valley. Because season 2, episode 1, Andre, who's now running for mayor of Chucalissa, Mississippi, MI, okay, said in episode 1 of this season, there's an unresolved tension between who we are, yellow, the truth of the identity, very real you, who we say we are, blue, hidden agendas, secret identities, double lives, where you're going, where you're trying to get, who you're trying to be, and who we want to be. There's also a color pairing of black and white, which is symbolic of life and death. There's a heavy death theme in this season, and surely enough, following up in tonight's episode 4, Demetrius. Okay, black representing life. White representing death. White is a death color. We have the color green because if we're talking about strippers and politics and buying and selling, hello, we're talking about money. But also in film, green often represents new decisions, new journeys, new beginnings, new life. Okay, something new to be gotten on the horizon. And of course, we have the color pink. It's the status quo of the the Quink. It's the status quo of the Pink, the stripper club, Uncle Clifford's house, and all of the rules like and thereof. But usually when we see the Pink and the status quo of the Pink, of the dancers, the clients, the bartender, the music, the whole vibe, every opening, the grand opening scene of every episode this season usually is with the combo of blue and purple. But usually when you see the Pink, you inside the house. All right? You are inside the house. The opening scenes get me every time. Every time. All right? And like, I'd be so proud of them because they so good. I'd be so proud of them because I know I can't do that. I would have pulled a Mercedes and been like, I'm going to take a flight. Go get me a sugar daddy. Hello? I'm competing with you 20-year-old new energy hoes? Nah. Y'all go choreography I ain't seen in my day? Absolutely not. And that's okay. I think more people should opt out. Opt out of what no longer serves you. Opt out of what you aged out of. Opt out of things you're no longer passionate about. Opt out. Put it down. Quit. What up, Shells? Welcome to the room. Okay. So let's start here because we saw her welcoming a wonderful woman into the club. We saw Whisper. We saw Whisper looking directly into the eyes of our divorcee client and health regulator, Lauren Hawkins. Now, we understood Whisper to have the power of reading the dead, communicating with the dead. So as she looks right into her eyes, reflected in her mask, looking into the dead, so much symbolism. And with a COVID sneeze, a stripper sneezed on Miss Lauren Hawkins, the Pink dies, right? And so even as we see Lauren enjoying the dance, Whisper reading the dead, to Lauren shutting it down and literally killing the Pink, we transfer into white and green. White being a death color, green being a new journey. The Pink is closed once again, is what is going on here. Now, I liked Lauren's opening, and I love the way this show handles real shit. Okay, because it's very real how reckless we get when we having fun. Okay, especially in this day and age of COVID, it's very real to be like, fuck it, I'm gonna take my mask off. Guilty, which is why I caught COVID the first time. My fault. I was like, yo, F it. Yeah, I got caught up. Okay, I got caught up. And what I really liked about Lauren's dress is because while she's in the pink, her dress appears pink under all of the lights. But as she's shutting down and killing this place, her dress is obviously red. So that transition from totally being in the house of the Pink to totally harming it, brilliant choice. Brilliant choice. The director of tonight's episode, her name is Sierra, but she goes by the Shooter. Brilliant choice, Sierra. Great job. Also, the very real Black culture meme. If you can't go to the Pink, where the hell could you go? I love the way they incorporate Black culture. This episode tonight is also about exposures, truths coming out, all of those hidden agendas, secret identities being exposed, all of the backstory, the past coming out to surface. So our first exposure of the night, roulette. Them dick sucking lips, giving all that mouth for some money. Okay, and we learn of her past. Tonight I'm going to be jumping around from beginning to end just a little bit because I want to stay compact in the idea and the theme of the character where they are. So as we learn of Roulette's past, we learn that there's a separation of some sort from her brother, who she loves, and she can also wrestle, like hand-to-hand combat. Very nice. I like that. Okay. So all of this red that she's been carrying around, wearing, her name even, she's had this big, huge wound the entire time. All that red, something has been haunting her. Now, would I confide in a white man during this time and age of police brutality and Black deaths? Not necessarily. but she's in pain and she needed somebody to talk to, and he ain't bad to look at. I feel you, Rue. So the brother that she's in separation with, we find out, has been a victim of a mortal, okay, victim of police brutality. His name was Demetrius. The title of this episode, Demetrius. And I wanted to know who Demetrius was. And so what I found in some side hustle research is that there is a Demetrius in the Bible. I thought it was suiting to look up this name biblically because we are talking about heaven and hell, dark versus light, life versus death. That this is demons and spirits and root work and all of this in this series. So it would be fitting to find out what Demetrius represented in the Bible and religions dealing with those themes as well. And here's what I found. Demetrius was two characters in the entirety of the Bible. One Demetrius was a rabble-rousing silversmith, and the other Demetrius was a Christian of good repute, okay? So when we finally hear her slain brother's name, when Roulette speaks his name, she does it when she's in the paradise room. This happens towards the end of the episode, confiding in this white man. And she says the name of a dead black man where a dead black man lays. Montavious' body is somewhere in the pink. Or he died in the pink and his spirit haunts the pink. But the two dead black men exist in the same space. Something in there, right? So let me take it here on y'all, right? Let's talk about Casino. Let's talk about Casino, where Mercedes' mother, Pastor Patrice Woodbine, runs for the mayor of Chucalissa. We got beef with that casino. Hello? Let's look at the colors. Pastor is wearing this beautiful mint green, symbolizing new beginnings. The anchor interviewing her wearing white. So something will have to die in order for Pastor Woodbine, Patrice Woodbine, to access this new journey. And just skipping ahead to the end again, later we see Pastor Patrice Woodbine in red, leading Black protests against police brutality. And this is exactly how Roulette lost her brother. So this is naturally something that Roulette will be connecting to. She's being drawn into Patrice, as you can see with red, those flames, as she's igniting Black rage, encouraging it to come out. Now let's talk tea. Let's talk tea, because she is both a religious leader and a political leader, and both of those in real life manipulate Black wounds for their personal gain. How manipulative to pretend to be of service to the Black wound. And some of our faves, our Black celebrities, have done the same thing when it's time to push an album, when it's time to fight for their side, when they're in this personal beef. All of a sudden, when y'all was quiet on our issues, now y'all want to rile up Black women. Am I right? Black power. Hold up. Because we was outside without you this whole time, and now when something personally happens to you, you want to say those little trigger names, those little trigger phrases to call to us, to perform physical and emotional labor on your personal behalf. Oh. Many spiritual leaders and political leaders manipulate Black wounds for personal gain. So we see a duality, Demetrius, two characters. We see a duality. Two characters, Demetrius, one a rabble-rousing silversmith, and the other a Christian of good repute. This is exactly, Demetrius is what attracts Roulette to Pastor Woodbine, the spirit of her slain brother. Let me see what y'all saying in the chat. Period. Not only took off her mask, but then the customer's mask too. It didn't even feel like she was just lost in a moment. It made no sense. So you know what? Uncle Clifford's grandma also requires people to take off masks next to her, which I think is interesting because she's an elderly Black woman who's more susceptible and vulnerable to COVID. who's like, if you around me, take that silly mask off. That ain't nothing. The elders was out there saying that. So there's people that really just think it ain't gonna happen to them. It ain't real. It's not that serious. Let's just have fun. So yeah, for her to take off her client's mask. I was like, hell no, not this hoe. You think she's gonna take the whole thing? Hold up, hold up, hold up, hold up. All right, let's keep this moving. Let's keep this moving. Not gonna lie to y'all on some real stuff. It's still fuck Wody. It's it's still very much, now he wasn't acting up too much in this episode, but it's still very much giving fuck Wody. And let me see why. He feels harmful to the group. He's often shot in separate frames. He's often in red or just wearing a separate color overall. And here, particularly, Little Murda gives him that wink, signaling his death. So I'm ready for him to be exposed, okay? Okay, let's talk about Big T, because whoa, what a night he had. Big T, we had a time last night. Boy, we had Big T was really intense. Really intense last night. And his aggression feels so misguided. Feels too much for what the situation calls for. Doing a lot with a little. Huh? Real intense. Now, back in my little bad girl days, I used to like me a little bad boy, but now that's just unsafe. I can't welcome Big Teak up in my house if you're gonna be acting like that, breaking my coffee tables and stuff. It's a little unsafe. It's still hot though. I still like it. But as we can see, Teak, he is also dressed in red. What is hurting him? What is hurting him so bad? Right? What is the real wound? What lies underneath the surface? And we have Little Murda in black and white, of course, the life and death color pairing. We even have this white girl dressed in white, separating Big Teak from Little Murda. She also takes Big Teak's place in driving the hearse. So what will die between the two? What death will become between the two men? And baby, let me tell you something. There's a whole lot of death going on. There's a whole lot of death. The visual symbolism in this episode alone was like top tier, okay? Because there was so much death going on. Let me break down what we're even looking at, because Damien said in the chat earlier, because I wanted to wait until we got to it. Let me see if I could find it. Let me see if I could find it. Oh no, I think I here you go. I think you called it a Dutch angle. Yes, I did. I saw it numerous times in this episode. That little tilt, which is usually reserved for horror, which means a big danger and a big threat is coming, means your world is about to get topsy-turvy real quick. This Dutch angle, it's a whole lot of death going on. Let's talk about what we're talking about, okay? Because Haley was in white from the beginning, the color of death. She was in white from the beginning. Skipping to the end, we have our second exposure, learning that she's wanted to buy and sell the pink all along. She was the death, or she is the death of the club. We also have all the way to the left Haley's ex-husband Montavious, who lays dead in the pink, haunting Haley from the paradise room. We see him easing out in this red hat, this red being, right? So that paradise room is not feeling very parasite. Feeling much more like hell. It's giving hell. Versus when she leaves the pink, meeting Corbin, who has also come to bury this place, offering Haley that buyout. Every single one of them in white, death, and red, danger and harm. I even love the sequence of this, seeing Montavious to Haley to Corbin, because they mirror each other. Montavious and Corbin mirror each other as Haley's past and future, she in between deaths. So all of these notions of Montavious slowly coming back, he's slowly emerging into the physical of this world, right? Skipping to the end, Mercedes quotes to Haley something that Montavious, a dead man, said to her: "You are easy bitch to love, but an easier bitch to hate." His words are coming out of Mercedes' mouth. He's here. He's very here. I also really love about this show how the creator, writer, Katori Hall, she really uses this show with intention. It's very real conversation. It's very real and true to Black culture. It's very, to me, it's very naturally funny, but she has such intention, and that's very important in any work that I engage with, to show Black women and Black culture their worth. To see a Black woman say, "I'm selling this for 10 million, 1 million is cheap," that's very powerful. And I like that we're seeing that. And it's very like casual lane. Like, show Black women saying, "1 million is cheap on me, stop playing." Yeah. Yeah. Look, I was trying to go with him on Instagram. I was trying to go together with him on Instagram. He acted for sure. Hey, Jen, welcome to the room, boo. The way Wody fake died had me on the floor because he is so over it. He hates the game. He was so lazy with it. Like, okay, let's do this stupid game. That's the only way. That's the only reason why I relate to Wody. That's it. Because that game would also annoy me. I'm not even gonna lie. Okay. F. Keyshawn's ignorant ass manager too. I can't stand him and can never remember his name. The way I had to Google it today, Christine. It's Rome, by the way. Probably forget it next week. I don't know why I don't know that man's name and it won't stick, but it's Rome. But I was with you. I was like, who? I keep calling him the manager because I'm like, who's got the time? And I'm not really gonna stop by this in a dissection, so I'm just gonna throw it out there now. I don't see the manager Rome handling Derek at all. I think he's going to punk out and it's going to be real stupid. And I was thinking that Montavious's hat was white, death, and the red light flooding it, trauma and harm. Yes. So thank you for clarifying. It was not a red hat. It was a white hat colored with the color red. Absolutely. I love the contrast between folks really affected by the uprising, the oblivious, and the raccoon. Yep. All types of Black. When it comes to Black death, you're going to have people faking the funk. You're going to have the respectability politics. You're going to have the Hotep, the one that's going too hard. You're going to have each one. And they covered every aspect of it. Yes. All right. So let's see where we at. Because let's get to something fun. Because we had a time last night. Oh my God. First of all, I feel you, sis. Because come on. Come on. You think you're going to go down to Chuckalise and do whatever it is you please, and I'm just supposed to sit here with a COVID rash mask on and wait for your ass to come Dumbledore up back into the house like you do something around here? You want to go from video games, slacking, lacking, not washing your hands when you get in, didn't even bother to make me some salmon the way I asked, or pick up my lotion from the Walgreens, and then turn around and run for mayor? You wasn't even winning in Call of Duty. And you gonna run for mayor of a whole Black ass town? She was nice to you by giving you a chuckle. Because I would have laughed in your face. Play with me today. I would have cheated. Should have lied. I should have cheated. Why are we family, y'all? Brittany will never be the bad guy in this situation in my eyes. Andre, trash. Autumn, trash. A match made in Hell, very appropriate vocab and language, Christine. No, because where did Andre find the audacity coming home and smelling like an autumn night? Oh, that was clever wordplay. Oh, I see what you did there. Now that was smart. That was good. What up, Nisa? The nerve of him to be that mad about what she's doing. Because let's talk about it actually. Because I've been actually wanting to talk about this for a very long time. And I'm glad you brought it up. First of all, the thing about niggas is they want to act mad when you do what they do. They want to act mad when you do what they do. Let's start there. It's giving projection. Andre's been emotionally cheating with Hailey since the pink died the first time. Because quiet as his cat, we actually in resurrection. The pink died already. We've been here already. Okay? So let's break down what we're looking at. Let's be real clear about what we're looking at. Hello? This house has been dead. White. So Brittany went out and got some D. We have Andre being reflected in the mirror as he's been living a double life. His heart is in two different places. One, really. His body is here, but his heart is in Chucalissa. So we have this hidden secret identity. Andre living a double life, that reflection in the mirror, both in red, wounded as this marriage in this home is dying. We have stripes all over this house. This home feels like a cage. There's no love and no life here anymore. How are they imprisoned from what they both really want at this point? And we have Andre in blue, a little hidden agenda, right? He's going to follow his godfather's lead and also run for mayor of Chucalissa. He'll be running against Pastor Woodbine and Mayor Wayne Kyle. And even when he announces this, there's this yellow frame behind him when he gets upstairs to the bedroom. And this is his truth, that he's finally leaving his home. He's going to go after his heart. And this is who the man really is. This is who the man really is. Okay? Let's get into something else real fun, because me too, bitch. Happy Pride. Be who you are for your pride. Me too, bitch. Let's take a look at what we're looking at. Reflections, double identities, double desires, secret agendas. Mercedes and Coach's wife. I'm so sorry, I don't know her name. And the truth is, as this reflection shows, because you can see them both enter that reflection, the wife and Mercedes are actually attracted to and bond with each other. Happy Pride, as on the tail end of Pride Month. The black and white pairing, the life and death. Mercedes in black as she's discovering a new life with this new relationship with Coach's wife. Is something new on the rise here, and the wife is dressed in white, signaling a death, possibly in her marriage and her heterosexuality, quiet as it's kept. But something here is ending. Oh, I get it. You don't roll up on me and my man and show me Mercedes-Benz night, swinging that ass around on the platform in my living room lofts, and think you're going to leave out of here safely? Claude, I'm weak in the knees. Wouldn't have made it out alive. I tell you that. I would have been wearing white too. R.I.P. me. After that Mercedes and dropped that ass in my living room. Husband where? Thank you, Farah. Can we just cut out Coach? Please. You're slowing things down. You're in the way. As an artist, tell me my creation pretty and you have my attention. Ooh. Uh-oh. This whole interaction was so convoluted. Like the wife lies to her. They have this intense moment and then just leaves money on the dresser. She's sick. She learned from her man. What did Shawnee O'Neal say? Thank you for your services. Did you think this was real? You are working, baby. Now you just have 2 clients instead of 1. Oh. That must not felt good. Because I would like the bond to be real as well. Don't do that, but do that. Do that again. Do it one more time. Just kidding. I'm straight again. I'm straight. I'm heterosexual. I am not gay. I don't like women's no more. Yeah, Pride is over. Pride is done. It's the last day of Pride. I'm heterosexual. Let's talk about what we're talking about. Let's see what we're looking at, okay? The real life events of 2020 are seamlessly weaved into the show. We had in 2020, following the death of George Floyd, curfew protests. Black people had to be inside by 7, 8 p.m. It was implemented, legal, lawified city shutdowns. But here was the biggest thing about the curfew. It wasn't that you're just telling people when to get inside like we some hoes, but they implemented it late. So Black people were already outside and they needed time to travel and get home. What that did was manipulatively be able to increase fines and jail time for peaceful protesters. It was very nasty work. That was a big moment in 2020. It was very nasty work. So in the show, this curfew time is called over Chucalissa, but people are already outside. How are we going to get home without getting in trouble now? Nasty work. That really happened. And knowing that a Black man died and he didn't even need a name, because at this point, does it like it matters, but it's so nameless because the pattern is so normal for a Black man to be slain at the hands of police brutality that this victim is without a name because it's going to be anyone and someone else again. So Big Teak is very heavily affected. And what was special about this scene was, if you guys weren't keen to knowledge of abuse victims, Keyshawn was exhibiting top tier symptoms of being an abuse victim. Very triggered by a man's anger, very triggered by someone's anger. Her nervous system was already in motion, right? She don't have to be near it. She don't have to be involved. She don't have to be the target of it. But someone distributing that anger triggers her. Her body is already reacting. And she's hyper aware of the emotions and the stability of others. So skipping towards the end of the episode, we see Teak explode in anger. And this really triggers Keyshawn. She hides in fear. Her body breaks down on like automatically. That is the biggest symptom of being a victim of abuse. You're super aware of how other people feel because you need this environment stabilized for your sanity. And at the peak of Keyshawn being triggered by Big Teak's explosion, that's when Derek calls. When you got to face the conflict at the peak of your wound, at the peak of your trigger. Oh. So you see her helping Teak get his radio station back because she's a people pleaser. And that's how she needs to keep the environment in order for her to stay safe. And we can even look at the lighting on Teak's face here, the light and the dark, right? Usually this kind of lighting on a character's face also includes a split identity, the light versus the dark. And we can see that there's a darkness. Something is coming to the light. Something in him is bubbling to the surface, and he can no longer hold it in anymore. Farrah was getting on my nerves a bit though, because even though she's fiending for Mercedes experience, she's still throwing judgmental shade at her. She wants her, but she doesn't want to be her. She needs to keep telling herself, I'm different, even though low key, and this was a big conversation, especially when Jasmine Sullivan's album Hotels came out and she was speaking to married women, and a married woman on Jasmine Sullivan's album said, we're hoes too, if you think about it. My husband pays for stuff. Sure, he provides this life and stuff, but I'm still having sex with him for this stuff. Like, yes, love is involved. Yes, we have a relationship, but I'm still getting this and giving that. So is Farrah trying to convince herself she's not a hoe by making sure Mercedes feels like one? Because you're quite kept. And when your husband says, I'm bringing another woman home, internally that you could hear, oh, I'm not enough for him. Farrah's very insecure with Mercedes being here, very insecure in her marriage. So how do you overpower that? Here, whore. Here, slut. Here, I'm paying you. She needs to be dominating something. Because she's even sort of emotionally, sexually losing power with Mercedes. She dances better than you. She got your husband's attention, and she can twerk. You need to be learning from her. You busted open for her. She needs to find power in there somewhere. Bye, gang. Ooh, y'all are right. I'm gay again. I'm gay again. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Happy Pride. Happy Pride. If Mercedes ever in her life grabs me by the inner thigh talking about, it's okay, go ahead, release it. Release it? Our third exposure of the night. Farrah, you hot for Mercedes. Our third exposure of the night. You got a little hot for Mercedes. What's going on, mama? What's going on, mama? Happy Pride, we gay again. What's good? This is COVID, right? That ain't no damn allergies. Now, I know coughing with COVID. I don't know or have seen too much sneezing with COVID because that's really what she's giving. But a lot of Black people was outside sick, but being like, it's not that. I'm cool. And you outside in front of people sneezing in their mouth. That's COVID. I'm sorry, let's argue because it's a little too intense. You sneeze directly in this lady's mouth, and now we gotta pay and upgrade all of our stuff because you got allergies. Now it better be allergies, because what you're not gonna do is come in here, shut down my club, get me in trouble, and make everybody sick. Let's just fight. It seemed like you got a chip on your shoulder. Let's just fight. Let's do that. Huh? All right. I'm really excited. I really want to talk about this part. It's so good. On the left, the spirit of Montavious emerging from a puddle in the Paradise Room, and Diamond entering the Paradise Room, sensing and feeling his spirit, seeing a reflection. Let's talk about what we're looking at. because Diamond is in the room where Montavious was murdered, covered in this hellish red. Now, here is my spiritual hypothesis. Here's what I think is going on, and this is just me. Diamond's reflection, right? In keeping Montavious's ring, he became bound to the dead in spirit. So you have Diamond here in the physical, in the paradise room, but you have an image of him somewhere else that doesn't exist here. That reflection is the bound between somewhere else, right? Now, this reflection may not be applicable for Diamond before Montavious, right? That blue is a hidden agenda. That blue is a hidden identity, right? Who you say you are. So if his image is in the spirit realm, I believe Montavious would want Diamond's life. He wants access to the life that Diamond has. Blue is what Montavious wants, not Diamond. Now, Diamond is also dressed all in black. Black is the color of life. Diamond is alive. And let's not forget, water is a spiritual portal, linking the spirits of the dead to the living. And you see Diamond trekking in this water. You see Montavious emerging from this water, heading right to Diamond. And something happens to Diamond right at the end of the scene, very slight. Now, Diamond is a root worker. He's a healer. However, for the girls that be new to magic, when you make a mistake, the dead is coming for you. It's very particular. And if you don't follow the rules correctly, you can actually cause harm and attract and bring harm to yourself. As for the white girls that want to play around in African hoodoo, bring in Papa Legba and everybody back to them because they thought it was a joke. Okay? When magic is misused, you actually attract harm to you. So I don't know if he did something wrong along the way. I don't know if keeping Montavious's ring was the cause of this. But did we just witness Diamond being possessed? Did we just witness him being possessed? So that would be an exciting new journey for this man, and seeing how, if Montavious could embody a living person, how that would then further affect the pink. But somebody else wants Diamond's body. Oh, yeah. If I could just be a fly on the wall for this goofy shit. Are you kidding me? First of all, it's the fact that Tyler Lepley and Miracle Watts are a couple in real life. Tyler, did you get her this job? That would be so fire. If you got your girl this job, that would be so fire. Because he's so sure about Keyshawn. No thanks. I was like, oh, it might be a will they, won't they? It won't. It's a won't they. Diamond, what you won't they? You won't they. This Miracle Watts, this big body. What you want to ride tonight? What you want to ride tonight? Some people are simply God's favorites. You know what I mean? Like some people, God was like, you have everything. The rest of you niggas, good joke. Miss Miracle, no disrespect. I'm not gonna say it. How about I choose the smart choice, spare my life, and not say it. This feels very True Blood, but even in the opening sequence, the opening, the show opening, feels very True Blood. I can never not think that when the show comes on. Yes, and she is pregnant. Miracle Watts is carrying that man's baby. Hello, it's very cute. I'm sorry. If this big body Benz is sitting on a bike dressed in all leather talking about what you want to ride, I'm going home with her. She don't need game. I'm sorry. Yeah. Yeah. CJ, I ain't saying nothing. I'm not saying nothing. With all due respect, Miss Miracle Watts, But you know the vibes. Okay, y'all. We going in the home stretch. I want to talk to y'all about something, and I really want y'all to follow me. I want to talk to y'all about something. This is the big moment, the moment we've all been waiting for. And here was the progression. Here was how it happened. Okay. We're going to work from the top left to the bottom right. Here we go. We're going clockwise. Top left. Big Teak in red has a mirror reflection. We're talking about split identity. We're talking about double identity, right? And before the camera even moves off of Big Teak, we hear a voiceover of Lil Murda rapping. Lil Murda's voice overlaying the image of Big Teak. And then we move into Lil Murda sitting in the dark. We have this color pairing of black and white, life and death. Lil Murda sitting in the dark on two phones, also symbolizing split identity, two identities. Now, in the last episode, we remember when the two men were sitting on the steps having this huge conversation about the past and their bond with themselves. Big Teak said Lil Murda's raps saved him. So it would only be natural as Teak's hidden identity is being brought to life by Lil Murda rapping. Now, this is where we start to entice. This is where we start to tempt. Big Teak intentionally going into the bathroom to pee. Seems innocent, seems surface level, I'm just a man doing something. But really, that little hidden split identity, that little hidden agenda was, remember this dick? Look at it. Remember this dick? He knows what he's doing. Enticing you, tempting you. Remember this? And so in the final image, bottom right, we see both in a mirror, Big Teak, Lil Murda. Their secret past and identities finally meet. What Big Teak had to do was just joke Murda awake, get him awake, so he can make the past his present again for that big ass sex scene. Happy Pride. Because, bitch, on the last day of Pride, I saw them because getting down and doing that. I was like, yes! Yeah! That was the best sex scene of the show. The queers came to play and outdo. That was the best sex scene of the show. I need a little ciggy after that. I need a little cigarette after that. A little smoke. Bitch! Whoa! But here's what I want to talk about. And we have our fifth exposure of the night, where we learn Big Teak and Lil Murda actually had a sexual historic past, and they're bringing it back into the future. Now, into the present, excuse me. Now, watching women from when we first met Big Teak, when he first came out of jail and joined Lil Murda, and they first was talking on the steps and having that bromance conversation and being vulnerable and reminiscing, women were like, I bet they slept together. And I didn't really like that take, because it's like, that's what we tend to do when we look at gay men. We hypersexualize them. Oh, they fucking. What if they're two human beings connecting and sex is just right? But you also have to take into consideration, when Black men are gay, they have to do so much hiding for their survival that when you can connect sexually to another man, it has to be quick, secret, and get back out to go pretend to the rest of the world. So when we do see hypersexualized gay men, they learn to connect with each other in that way first. And then if you're lucky and safe enough, then you can explore deeper emotions and build relationships with each other. And even originally seeing this for the first time, watching Teak have this big emotional explosion, he really let his feelings out. He had this full breakdown and it turned into sex. I was like, really? Isn't that so easy? Like, are the women of the show, there's women who produce it, write it, direct it. I'm like, are the women making that same choice where they're just like, they're gay, so they gotta fuck? And I was like, dang, why do they have to fuck? Like, that was such a big moment. But I had a conversation with a friend. Shout out to Uchechi Chinyere. Grapevine TV. Hello? I was talking to my friend and she was like, no, that was actually the realest choice. Men are not, unfortunately, out here talking about their feelings like that. Even with women and with other men, their emotions have to be buried in sex. They don't have the language or the currency. They don't have the tools to work out that emotional devastation. What's the easiest thing to do when you don't know what to do with all of that is fuck something that reinforms your masculinity, that gives you an instant gratification of feeling good again. You don't have to sit in the misery and the embarrassment of being vulnerable. It's very uncomfortable for so many men, especially Black men. And Teak has been in jail for a very long time where his hyper masculinity was on 110 performance 24/7. That's exhausting. So if you can shroud this emotional vulnerability and the spillage that you just had and just clean it up with sex, especially with someone you're emotionally connected to, it's actually what they probably would do. Yeah. And what Katori Hall has created in this show has been so true to stripper culture, to Black culture, to love, sex, romance, sex work. It has been so true that I trust her. I don't think she'd throw something away now and here. I trust her as a storyteller, and I think this is also true. And I think she knows that. And just for a little shady bit, now this is how you put a sex scene up against a protest. And Katori, if that was your goal to be like, I'm gonna show her how to do it. What Mario said on Marion, actually it goes like this. Oh, actually it should sound like this. Now that's how you put a sex scene up against a protest. That was slick. Now my camera falling, bitch. Oh my gosh, don't play. That was real slick. It's a little M.I. Cricoletta. There we go. That was real slick. Now, when we see Teak, we see the colors white and red. Because Teak is mourning the death of a Black man while he himself is also dying inside. He himself also feels invisible, unvaluable, and dead to the world. And this is exactly why he loves Lil Murda. This is exactly why he loves Lil Murda and why he is under white light and Lil Murda is in the dark, life and death. Because Murda is alive via his visibility, his fame, and success. If I'm dead, I love you because you are alive. Let's talk. Let's talk. Let's talk. Nothing forced, nothing unclear, no convincing, no coercing. If you want to, I do. Ooh, once he heard Lil Murda rapping, that was the comfort calling. Ooh, man. Man. The straights do it though. They do hypersexualize gay men. And there was a whole lot of banging during the uprising and quarantine. Oh, the pandemic babies are outside. We outside. The pandemic babies are outside. What up, Tariq? How are you? Yes. Yes. I'm just happy it started with intimacy before the sex because it makes it less animalistic. It makes it less unfamiliar. Because a lot of that secret, let's get it done, gay sex is very like based on unfamiliarity of it all. Like, this is a stranger. I need instant gratification now, and then I got to get out of here to get back to social safety. So this was like humans connecting. I'm giving you that old thing that you missed, the old thing that you wanted. Okay. Yeah, it was good. It was good. I was standing up on my TV waiting for my food delivery, like, whoa. Wow. That was a great scene. Great scene. And as we're heading out, the music starts to play over the last two segments. Papa was a Rolling Stone, and when he died, over the montages of all these black men and when he died. Because there are plenty of dead black men in this episode. Maya Tydell, Montavious, this victim of police brutality, Big Teak in spirit, Diamond in spirit. It's a lot of dead black men in this episode. So when he died. So that leaves me here. When he died. White is a death color. And we asked when Teak was leaning on their car. What is the death that will happen between them? What is the death that will happen between them? Wow, I think I'm just figuring something out, guys. Why? What died between Big Teak and Lil Murda? White. It was love. Pink. Because I am so sorry. I am not in love with you. Who is Uncle Clifford? You ain't never send me no postcards as long as you've been out. What death lay between the two friends, the two loves, a different love? Having our sixth exposure of the night, how Teak discovered there's another person who has Murda's attention and heart. Has the death arrived? So when I saw Murda with those two phones, I was like, what double identities are we discussing? Are we talking two loves? Are we talking Rap and Uncle Clifford? Are we talking Uncle Clifford and Big Teak? What are we talking secret identities? Who Lil Murda is behind the scenes versus who he pretends to be in the light? All of these split identities between him, right? And in the end of this episode, we see Uncle Clifford's text over the body of Big Teak. Those two loves coming together, right? The world seemed like it's falling apart, ain't it? The world seemed like it's falling apart, ain't it? And as the crew is riding in the hearse on their next tour stop, the radio plays a message which says, it's clear the situation is going to get worse before it gets better. I'm wondering if we're going to lose one of the Blue Guap squad members. I wonder if we're going to lose one of our tour homies. I just wonder. And I wonder if it's going to be T. I feel like we're or Wody. I think we're going to lose somebody. Because Ron in the hearse is insane. Ron in the hearse is insane. And then we end here because when he died, the deceased Mayor Tydell leaves his godson Andre his home. May you always have a place to lay your crown. And of course, that overhead lamp resembling a crown, but we remember white is what? A death color. So what will fall away? What will die as Andre chases his godfather's legacy of becoming the mayor of Chucalissa? Physically, metaphorically, spiritually, emotionally, what will fall away as Andre chases that dream? And that wraps up a dissection. Jumping back in the chat before we head out to see our final thoughts What is we saying? When I watched this episode the first time, I screamed when they played Papa Was a Rolling Stone because I was like, who was in charge of the music? And give them a raise. I think he's going to experience such a big pain this season. And I don't know if that's going to be physically or emotionally, or losing something physically will cause the emotional pain. But I think something big is coming for him. Yeah, yeah. Cause he don't love you, Big Teak, and that's okay. Uncle Clifford has Lil Murda's heart, but you got him physically right now until he gets home. Oh, we think we're gonna lose Big Teak. And the fact that Uncle Clifford, this is the moment when Uncle Clifford finally texts him back when it was officially something was killed. Yeah. Yeah, last shot was amazing. Open the road up to chaos in the distance. Whoo! And that anger is uncontrollable. Like, so I don't know. I want Blue Kimball to die before anyone else with his snake ass. Because he has ill intentions for Keyshawn. I'm like, do he like her? Do he want to protect her? Do he just want the draws? Do he just want the money? I'm also unclear as to like what he's really up to. And after, I know he ain't gonna have no smoke for Derek. I know that. I know he gonna run scared. Rome, he can go with his what do you do about the latest victim? Rome in a traffic stop. Imagine. Oh, y'all. Thank y'all so much for being here. I am live for the dissection every Monday only on patreon.com/justlatasha. You can access this live show just for $5. Talk, dissect, hypothesize with me, think through it with me. As you can see, we have so much fun here. We are in this very beautiful, intimate family. I am also on social media, Just Latasha on Instagram, Just Latasha404 on Twitter. And if you're watching for the general access on YouTube, please subscribe to this channel and also give it a thumbs up to help share the content. That helps me so much. If you are a patron of a higher tier, this Wednesday, you will be seeing the first cut of the trailer of my sketch comedy series, Just Latasha's Interactions, what I produced, wrote, and starred in. I'm very excited. It's my first time acting. So patrons of the higher tier will have access to that trailer. The final cuts and edits are coming along. Big announcement coming. Big things are on. I'm very excited. And thank you so much for joining the dissection. Before we head out, please put some hearts up in the chat. This is a love room. Boom. Boom. Period. Thank y'all so much. Please share the show. Please share the show. Please share the show. Yes. If Rome wants sex and if he doesn't get it, he's gonna screw her over. I believe it. That's how niggas move. I believe it. Oh, I love all the brown hearts tonight. That's so cute. Oh, we match. That's so cute. Thank you guys a million. I will see you next time for another dissection. See ya.